Hey, what are you up to?
Oh, I'm just booking my flight to Prague.
Prague? Like in the Czech Republic?
Yeah, what's wrong about it?
Well, isn't this part of the world like extremely dangerous? I've seen so many videos about scams and stealing there. It doesn't seem safe at all.
Okay, let's talk about it. According to 2022 statistics, Prague is one of the safest cities in the world. Its crime rate is very low, 24.10%, and the safety index is very high, 75.90%. Just for comparison, Prague is safer than Cambridge, Dresden, and Oslo, cities that you won't categorize as even remotely dangerous, yet they're more so than Prague. Does it mean that you don't have to worry at all in this oasis of safety and happiness because nothing bad can happen to you? Absolutely not. Even though Czech capital boasts low crime rate, there are still some situations here that you shouldn't put yourself into, and some places that even locals don't feel safe at. Let's now talk about some safety rules and things that you shouldn't do unless you want to hang out at the police station or at a hospital. Sometimes I see tourists leaving their phones or laptops at a table and then going to the restroom, and I just want to ask them, how does it feel like to go through life without any worries and anxiety? Because if I leave my phone at a table by accident, I sprint back already mentally preparing myself that it's not gonna be there. So if you do that, you might as well just write "rob me" on your back. Same goes for luggages and bags and leaving those in public places or at the public transport. Next one is crossing the street. This one might be surprising because crossing the street should be something not dangerous at all. Yet it is in Prague. It is mainly because of trams. Trams are giving the priority here, which means you cannot expect the tram to stop for you when you're crossing the road. In fact, you as a pedestrian or as a driver should wait for the tram to pass. Not a lot of tourists know that, and they blindly step into the road in front of a tram. Secondly, crossing the road can be dangerous because of the drivers here. And yes, they know that they should slow down or stop for you when you're crossing the road, but not all of them do, because some of them are not nice people, I guess, or they don't care. But you should care, so don't expect all the drivers to stop for you at the crossing. Better look left and right and see if they will slow down. Better be safe than sorry. Next couple of tips are gonna be concerning your safety in public places or on public transport. Prague, as many other touristy cities, has a problem with pickpockets, and a lot of locals know about it, and they follow these simple rules just to protect their wallets and belongings. When using public transport or walking through any busy area, be aware of your belongings. Don't have your bags mindlessly dangling behind your back or wide open, and don't have your phones or wallets sticking out from your pocket. Some pickpockets in public transport even use sharp coins to cut the bottom of your bags and steal everything from you. They mainly aim at people who are distracted, like when they're watching astronomical clock show or when they're drunk asleep on the public transport. Speaking of drinking, if you're going clubbing, don't bring anything super valuable with you, like expensive jewelry, phones, bags, anything that is easily stolen, basically. But if you do, make sure that you know where everything is at all times. And I guess that might be a stupid advice, but know your limit. Usually people who end up being robbed at a club are those who can't hold their liquor. And yes, sometimes there's security at a club, but they rarely solve these issues. And also, if you're drunk, you will most likely discover that you've been robbed only after your night out. Lastly, don't forget to lock your door and close all the windows of your hotel room, or if you are renting an apartment, of your apartment, especially if it is located in the areas very close to the city center, like neighborhoods Vinohrady and Žižkov, or an apartment building inside of the city center. As long as you follow these simple rules, you're gonna be fine, unless you end up in some dodgy part of Prague after dark. In the second half of this video, we decided to visit the most dangerous places in Prague based on the police reports. Buckle up and get ready to see these scary parts of Prague. So right now we are in a place called Anděl. You might recognize this place if you watched our video about Smíchov area. And Anděl metro stop and tram stop, as well as a couple of other blocks around here, are considered to be pretty high on the crime rates. Of course, it's a very busy area, and the more people, the higher chance of crimes happening. But I would say that this area is more dangerous during the nighttime, as there are quite a few drunk people here, and also because of the proximity of the train station. I'd say the real dangerous place at Anděl is the shopping mall. because every time I pass through it, my money disappears from my wallet and a couple of shopping bags appears in my hands. Very peculiar thing. And we're off to our next dangerous place.
And here we are at another busy intersection. This time it's a metro and tram stop, IP Pavlova. This place at night becomes a drunken crossroad. Let me explain. During the night time, a lot of trams and buses don't work. So instead we have the night trams and buses. And during the weekend especially, all these people that went to the old town and the city center of Prague to drink have to get home somehow at night. So they have to hang around here and wait for their buses and trams, and meanwhile some of them just grab a slice of pizza over here and others get in trouble.
Someone wanted to get a new book probably and punch through a window of a store. Just some regular IP Pavlova stuff.
And here we are again at our next dangerous location. If you're a local, you are probably not surprised that we brought you here, but if you're a tourist, you might be, because we are on the Wenceslas Square. It's a very central square, very touristy. It has a lot of shopping malls, business centers, banks, and it's very busy. But again, it is dangerous by night mainly, because the square also has a lot of clubs and a lot of drunk people hang out here during the night. There's another part where this place is dangerous, because this is where they sell illegal substances. You look over there, there is a street called Vesměčkách. It has a lot of strip clubs, nightclubs. So if you're a woman, probably stay away from these streets at night. And if you're a man, I don't know, whatever floats your boat, I guess.
But Wenceslas Square has nothing on our next stop, the Sherwood Forest.
Little curious fact about me. As a child, I was obsessed with the fairy tale Robin Hood. And as you know, Robin Hood lived in the Sherwood Forest. So me as a kid, I also wanted to live in the Sherwood Forest. And I guess dreams come true, because I live next to one now. This is the park around the main train station that was nicknamed Sherwood Forest, because if you go here after dark, it is not guaranteed that you will leave with your wallet, your phone, and all of your other valuable possessions.
To be honest, this place is a lot more cleaned up now. But still, it can get pretty funky. Let's now move to another famous transportation hub.
Now we are at Prague, Florence. Prague, Florence is very different from Italian Florence.
Florence is the only place in Prague that I've heard of where someone was punched in the face for not having cigarettes. I mean, it must be frustrating. We gotta be sympathetic to the smokers sometimes. This mysterious event made me think of another dangerous place in Prague.
Welcome to the Bermuda Triangle of Prague. And no, I did not go nuts while we were filming this video. We are indeed in the Bermuda Triangle of Prague, except here it consists of 3 clubs. Roxy down this way, James Dean behind me, and over there, Chapeau Rouge. So these 3 clubs, they form the famous Bermuda Triangle of Prague, where a lot of wallets and a lot of phones get lost while people are drunk out of their mind, roaming the streets and having fun. In general, this is a very busy party area, especially the street where we are standing right now, called Dlouhá Street, or literally Long Street. There are quite a lot of bars, clubs here, and it can get quite rowdy and potentially dangerous.
And last, but definitely not least, the weirdest dangerous place in Prague is Bartolomějská Street.
And the crown jewel of the most dangerous places in Prague is this street called Bartolomějská. Gotta say, it's pretty weird to talk about this as one of the most dangerous places in Prague, because look over here. Do you see how many police cars are on the street? Because this is the place where Czech police headquarters is located.
The police reports here are over the roof, which is so surprising because I've been here many times during the night and it was never so bad.
So now you know about most dangerous parts of Prague. Were you shaking from fear? Were your knees trembling? Or was it like talking about the highest mountain peaks in Mongolia? Pretty plain. I was surprised to find that some of these dangerous places in Prague I visit almost daily. I'm pretty brave, I must say. Nevertheless, we wanted to share that with you so you know where you should be more alert, but portraying Prague as some kind of dangerous place with a lot of criminals feels weird, because it's simply not true. It is pretty chill around here.
Although we receive a lot of messages from people that are hesitant to travel to Prague because they read that it's very dangerous, that a lot of scams on every corner, we have to say it is not that bad. As long as you are aware that there are some dangerous areas, that there are some scams, and there are also pickpockets, you should be fine. And I'm sure you are, because it's a very popular topic and there are plenty of videos and articles about it online. But Prague shouldn't be famous as a dangerous city full of scams and criminals, in my opinion. It should be famous for its rich history and beautiful art. Thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye!